touch to work out. Who told you that? The grass always looks greener on the other side, simply because you've not gone there close enough to see that it has weeds also. You've not gone close enough to see that the other man's garden, your neighbor's garden, also has weeds in it. It's just that the person there has been bold enough to remove the weeds. Nobody's life is perfect anywhere. Things, only happen to the extent to which we try. So there are loads of people who wish they could be successful, but they've never tried. They've never dared what other people have dared before. And I came to say to you today, it's your turn. That thing that you've been planning to do for ages, it's time to do it. Somebody says, what if I fail? Oh, what if you fail? You won't be the first person to fail. In fact, failure is a big part of the success equation. Oh yes, success grows best out of the ashes of failure. So you must overcome the fear of trying. You must overcome the fear of daring. Life is a business of risks. I say again, it's either we are living by faith or we are not living at all. If you take faith away from the business of life, you can never realize the potentials of a human being. So, make that bold move. Today, do that thing you've been thinking of doing, but which fear has not made you to do. If it doesn't work out, you will have learned quite a lot. Even if you fail, that failure will not leave you where it met you. It won't take you back to where you were before. You would have found out ways through which it doesn't work, and you would now be closer to the answer than when you started. Bite more than you can chew, so that God will help you to chew it. Do the impossible. Really, nothing is impossible. To him that believes, nothing is impossible. There are many things we call impossible today simply because we don't know how to do them yet. Think about it. Many of the things that we are doing today were said to be impossible yesterday. Some experts said man would never be able to fly a machine in the sky, and they were experts. It was impossible to them because they didn't know how. Now that we know how, we don't call that impossible anymore. So maybe it's just because you don't know how to do it. That's why you've been saying that it is impossible. But I'll tell you the way it works. The way you get inspiration, the way you get breakthrough ideas. You don't know before you believe. You believe before you know. That is a principle that science runs on. You believe first that man can fly a machine in the sky. Then you begin to find a way to do it. And I'm telling you, even heaven will work with you to find how to do it. If you must find how, if you must find a fail-proof method for achieving success that is 100% guaranteed, you're not going to start anything. You're not going to dare anything. You've got to believe first that you will succeed. You've got to believe first that things are going to work in your favor. Now, of course, when I talk about risks, I'm talking about calculated risks. I'm not asking you to do something stupid or something foolish that you know obviously would fail even before you start. But I'm talking about something that you have the potential to do, but you've never done yet. You know it in your knower. Now, you've seen other people do it, and something tells you you too can do it. That's what I'm talking about. You have the capacity for it. You have the potential for it. Then do it. Make that bold move. Take that bold step. Maybe that's the thing that is separating you from the people who are achieving outstanding success. Think about it. They don't have two heads. okay? They're just like you. They're human beings like you. They have a composition like you. I'm telling you, they just dared. That's what has made the difference. They just tried. They made that phone call. They made that visit. They set up that meeting. They wrote in that proposal. I mean, the worst you will hear is no, and hearing no is not a crime. Remember this age-old principle. It is when you ask that you receive. It is when you seek that you find. It is when you knock that the door will be open to you. You've got to ask. What you ask for is what you get. What you seek for is what you find. When you knock, that's when the door is open for you. Don't expect things to happen by themselves. You need to make some bold moves. Take some big risks. I mean, attempt something that you have never attempted before. Set new goals for yourself. And I'm talking about goals that will inspire you, goals that will motivate you, goals that will cause the blood to run in your veins. Yes, financially, set some goal for an amount of money that you've never earned before. In terms of relationships, set goals to meet some people you never met before, to befriend some people you never befriended before. Set some goals to go to places you have never gone before. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about goals which when you look at them and you imagine yourself in the fulfillment of those goals, a smile will break out on your face unconsciously. You will be happy. That's what I'm talking about. Set some goals. There you are. Some of your success stories are growing stale. I mean, we should be grateful for the things you accomplished 10 years ago or 5 years ago. Yes, you need to even share those stories over and over. You need to tell yourself those stories over and over to encourage yourself. But I'm saying that it's time you get some new stories. It's time you get some new testimonials. It's time you get some new breakthroughs in your life. And this is the time to get the breakthroughs. Someone needs to get married. I'm telling you, set the goal, set the target. Oh, I don't have enough money. Oh, excuse me. How will you get the money when you don't set the